Hi everybody, this is Alghost2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Dad and I went to the cinema to see The Sleeper, How Do You Know? Starring Paul Rudd, who plays the part of George, Reese Witherspoon, who plays the part of Lisa, and an athlete, Owen Wilson, who plays another athlete named Maddie, and George's father, played exceptionally by Jack Nicholson, who he really didn't have an awful lot of lines, but he's acting even when he walks. It's just incredible the way he moves, and you can pick up on the subtlety of his emotion that way. And Paul Rudd has the same quality, I think, and he's also very handsome. And I really didn't know him that well. I think he's been in other films, but I really like Paul Rudd just because I think he's a genuine person and just a likable guy. And his character is extremely relatable, I think. And he and Owen and Jack are the anchors for this film. There were some parts that kind of fell flat, and the dialogue was kind of bizarre, but beyond that, it was actually very smartly written, and it had a lot of insight according to relationships and love, and going through changes in life, and what happens when you have something that had been going well for you and all of a sudden your prime just ends, your streak is gone. And that's a little bit of a spoiler, actually. But to be honest with you, I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was very meaty and profound, and I got a lot of good out of it, and I really thought that it spoke to me, because I could see that if you work at something hard enough, you will get what you want in the end. And you can't go about it with selfish designs. You can't go through life thinking that the universe revolves around you, because it doesn't. And of course, Maddie, his character is a jackass. He's got everything else going for him. He's relatively kind and genteel, and he's just got so many issues, I think. Just he doesn't think with the right head, and it's evident within the film that he's just not thinking clearly, and he's letting his lust rule him. And he's also conceited, narcissistic, need I go on. But he doesn't realize that he has a good thing, and eventually that comes crashing to an end. And there are lots of intricacies, I think, within the relationship that Maddie and Lisa have. And although Reese Witherspoon is only there just because she's got the quirkiness and her smile, and the fact that she's pretty, she just, to me, she wasn't that convincing. She was just a celluloid actress to have in the film, just to have her there. But beyond that, I thought that she, her performance could have been a little bit better. But beyond that, I think it was a really well done film, and very insightful, and was written with a lot of heart and thought behind it. And I actually cried in one particular scene, and I won't say which, but it's with one of the bit characters that became one of my favorites. The pregnant wife, the pregnant lady. I just adored her. She she had a lot of sage wisdom, and so did her significant other. I thought that he did too. Um, Tony Shalhoub plays a bit part, which I thought was really cool because I just love him, and it was good to see him in a role where, although he didn't say much, he had a good part, and he was sort of a conscience for Reese's character. And another thing I like about this movie are the camera angles, just the different expressions in the characters' faces, the whole subject matter, relationships. Um, it's very um, complex, actually, and very very interesting. And it's intriguing to see how the characters react to their different situations. Especially George. I mean, poor George. He goes through so much crap in this film. It's just you feel for the guy. Yeah. And Jack Nicholson, you don't really have a lot of sympathy for his character, even though you know you wanna love him, but you just think, why you jerk. I mean, you're not so bad as Maddie. Maddie is the real jackass in the film, but Jack Nicholson's character is more. He's a different kind of jerk. He's that kind of manipulative, um, conniving type that will try to lure you in with schemes and just throw you for a loop, and not you won't even realize it because he just seems so innocent, and it's just he's using you. It's just this his ploy. But he means well, even though he has issues. Um, the other things I enjoyed besides the camera angles and the different just the settings and um, Lisa's messages on her mirror. I think I would have to pause the film to see every single solitary positive note that she gave herself, to psych her up and get her enthusiastic about baseball, because that's what she did. She was in the women's league, and she could play really, really well. Um, I love the soundtrack by Hans Zimmer. I am a huge fan of Hans Zimmer, and this reminded me of many of his other scores, like the one for The Holiday and other romantic comedies he's done. And just he is just a proponent of modern classical music, I think, and symphonic music, and just I love him, and I would love to have this soundtrack. It's just wonderful. You can hear the influence that he gets from jazz and classical composers. I think he probably got his influence from Mozart. I'm not sure. Someone could tell me. I would love to know, because I could probably get some innuendo of that in his work. But How Do You Know is definitely worth your time. A lot of people have been giving it rotten reviews, and some of the dialogue is kind of insipid, but that the insipid dialogue is mostly spoken by Manny, which is very apropos for him, just because he's such an asinine idiot. I mean, you just think, ugh, you're drawn into the fact that Lisa doesn't see him for the moron and loser that he is, even though he seems to be, a nice guy, and they have great sex and all that. I mean, there's more to life than that, and thankfully, the denouement, she realizes that, and I'm not gonna say what character she ends with because that would blow the whole thing out of the water. But I like this film. I don't think it's perfect. I would give it 3.5 stars. And I really enjoyed it, and I think it's well worth a watch if you're a fan of Owen Wilson or Paul Rudd or Jack Nicholson, just to see Jack in a different role. Jack's getting kind of pudgy, I think, but I thought he was really good, and he was just terrific. I think he and Paul are just exquisite in the way they manipulate their facial expressions and their gesticulations, and you can understand what they're saying even not by what they're not saying through how they present themselves and through the innuendos in their um, just small movements. It's just incredible how well Jack acts. He's a pro. I mean, he's been doing it for years. He's the man, and Paul is good too. I just I give props to him. Um, Other than that, it's a really good romantic comedy, and it's more than that. It's actually very philosophical and meaty, and there is a lot to be taken in from it, I think, and a lot of good life lessons to be learned about just relationships in general and trust and finding yourself and figuring out where you're meant to be even after you lose something that you thought was important to your livelihood, and then realizing what life is all about. Basically that's the gist of the whole entire film, and it is definitely worth your while and worth a look because I personally think that it is a fantastic movie.